All right, to Washington next week. The 90% AIG bonus tax heads to the Senate. The House easily passed it with the support of 85 Republicans, including my next guest. Joining me now, Michigan Congressman Pete Hoekstra. Congressman, good to have you back.
Hey, thanks, Neil. Good to be here.
For all the right reasons, might you be wrong? Are you concerned that now Republicans are on record as saying, sure, we'll go for higher taxes and we'll target groups to get those higher taxes?
I think for all the right reasons and the reasons that you mentioned, sure, we could be wrong. Yesterday's vote was really an absurdity. It ignores the issue. Nancy, the Speaker of the House, put a political vote on the floor to try to embarrass people, never getting to the substance of the issue and the underlying problems that, as you and I talked about in October, you asked me then, could you be wrong? TARP may not work, and I think what we're seeing is TARP's not being implemented very effectively. They passed a stimulus bill in a hurry, and to cover up all of those kinds of mistakes, they put a political bill out there that inflames the passions of the grassroots Americans. It was just an ugly and an embarrassing day for the House of Representatives.
So why
yesterday.
did you do it?
Well, I think it's a political vote. You take a look and say, which ones am I going to go home and try to explain to my constituents back home? This is a very difficult one to explain. Nancy Pelosi holds a press conference immediately after this and saying, we're going to go after these people. You got to remember, in the state of Michigan, Neil, right now, we're dealing with the automobile bailout. We're forcing the UW and the workers, the blue-collar workers, to renegotiate their contracts and these types of things, a more disciplined process. And then are you going to send a signal that says everything is fine on Wall Street?
You're right. On all counts, I mean, that's a very good argument, and it was obviously the winning argument. My only concern and the only issue I raise with you is whether Congress is getting a reputation for doing something the president said on Jay Leno last night: justifiable rage, unjustifiable solution to it. In other words, yes, I mean, attack this bonus stuff, but it should have been done beforehand, not after the fact. And when even the president is saying that, and he's kind of reminding his party, and I guess by extension anyone who voted for this or that, then this is out of control, right?
I think it is potentially going to get out of control. Again, and it moves the visibility from where it needs to be. The implementation of TARP is broken. The stimulus package, they rushed it through. You remember the pack of, the stack this high of the bill that nobody had read. The president signed it. He didn't know what was in it. If anything, this is a black eye for Congress and the administration.
Well, do you think, Congressman, then, that given this black eye issue, that anyone in his or her right mind in Congress now would ever vote for another rescue or for more funding, knowing that the American taxpayer has seen this, heard this, you guys have been making a big production out of this? They'd be stupid to vote for it, right?
Yeah, we might be stupid to vote for it. I think the other thing that you're seeing is the people that have gotten the federal money, that have gotten the handouts, they're now recognizing they may have been stupid to ever ask for one, because they're finally realizing that dealing with the federal government and dealing with Congress, you're no longer dealing in a professional, in a business environment. You're now dealing in a political environment, which is very, very different and sometimes very unfair and many times very unprofessional.
Man, out of control. Congressman, thank you.
Yep. Hey, thanks, Neil.
All right, well, meanwhile,